Hi, I'm Ken Brainey, Chair of the European Thermoforming Board, and today we're talking to David Hartley of RHOMBUS. Good afternoon, David. How are you?
Good afternoon, Ken. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. David, I wonder if you could basically explain what your role is in the company and what the company is overall, operating in what sort of field, etc.
Okay, well, I'm the founder and managing director of RHOMBUS Systems. We're a small company based in Cambridge in the United Kingdom. And I suppose our motto is we help you make more from less. So we started out by making machine monitoring systems, which is what we're going to talk about today. And over the years, we've extended what we do to cover all sorts of shop floor data collection activity, right through to an ERP system aimed at high volume manufacturers.
Would this come under the heading sort of smart technology?
Yes, indeed, yes. Although Internet of Things is very fashionable at the moment, we've been doing it for nearly 40 years now, so we've got a lot of experience.
Okay.
Yes, a bit ahead of the game.
Okay. Well, maybe you can give me a little background by telling me what happens on the shop floor with your systems and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so if we talk about thermoforming and extrusion in particular, what the operator sees is a touch screen, usually at the output end of the machine near where he works, and then behind that is a single board computer which takes a signal from the machine. So we need a signal from the machine to work out what it's doing, and that can either be a simple pulse every time, for example, the thermoforming tool closes, or the gear pump rotates on an extruder, or you can go more sophisticated and talk directly to the control system of the machine and get the information that way. But that range of inputs means we can work with older, less automated equipment and also with the most modern machines. So what our system then does, based on the signal it's receiving from the machine, it works out when the machine is running and when it's stopped. And while the machine is running, it counts the number of parts made. And if you have a tool with a 4-cavity tool or a 6-cavity tool, it'll do the multiplication for you so you can see the number of formings counting up. And it also measures the cycle time of the machine, or convert that to a speed. So at any time you can see whether the machine's running at the planned cycle, what you hope you're running at, or you're going slower, or even better, a little bit faster than you planned. Mm-hmm. And then when the machine stops, there's a bit of a pause while the system makes sure that the machine has really stopped, and then the screen fills with a page which asks the operator to enter the reason for the downtime. And so you have a number of predetermined reasons which could often group together. So you might have material problems, machine problems, operator problems, setting, that sort of thing. But using the touch screen, the operator chooses the appropriate reason for downtime and enters that. And then the system records how long the machine has been stopped and why it's been stopped. Okay. And then when the machine restarts, the operator doesn't have to do anything special. The signals come back from the machine and the system automatically records it as running again. So you're then building up a complete history of when the machine was running and when it was stopped and how well it was running while it was running. Okay. Now, to make sense of that information, we also have the ability to pull in works order information, production order information, and we usually do that by connecting directly to our customer's ERP system, so that when the operator starts a tool change on a machine, he presses a button on the touch screen and it guides him through stages of choosing the next works order from the ERP system and then opening that on the machine, and that zeroes all the counters and we're ready to go again on the next job.
Okay. So does it work on all platforms?
No, it doesn't. It's a Windows program, but you can access it through pretty much any device, because mostly we use Windows Remote Desktop, and so even if you've got a tablet or a Mac or a Linux box, you can get a remote desktop client for it, and so you can access it through that. Yeah.
So it's basically, it can be used across all devices then, really.
Yes. From the point of view of what device you want to see the data on, definitely, yes. Although it's always running, it's a Windows program. That's right. Yeah.
And does this update on a regular basis or something like that, or is it
Yes,
something?
indeed. Yes. Yes. So most people have screens around the factory nowadays, big screens, which have either a plan of the factory or a tabular representation of every machine, and that refreshes every 30 seconds or so. So at a glance, you can see which machines are running, which are stopped. It shows you whether you've made the quantity required on the works order, whether you're running at the right speed, if you've been stopped perhaps just for 10 minutes, or if you've been stopped for longer than that, it will change colour to alert you that you've got a longer period of downtime. People have it that show the number of stops this shift, so you can get a feel for how well things are going, and so on. And then back at your desk, if you like, in where you work on your computer, there's a big set of reports that let you look at the data that's been collected. So you can see what's happening on my machines now, what's happened in this shift, this week, this month, and going back into time. And also you can view the data by works order, so you can see how far a works order has progressed. And a useful feature is that it will predict when the current works order is going to finish based on the current cycle time and so on. So that's useful for making sure that you're meeting customer requirements or alerting you that there's going to be a problem meeting a delivery date and so on.
Right. So can I thank you, David, for
Well, thank
your
you.
input today?
Thanks for inviting me.
You're well welcome.